Today is our third annual Senator for a Day program right here in our state capitol in Harrisburg. And we bring students from every corner of the 28th district up to our state capitol. Constitution of the United States. We swear them in as senators. You are duly elected state senators, and now you are going to be put onto committees.
I call the state government committee to order.
We give them real pieces of legislation that we're grappling with right here in Harrisburg. It's called Call the Previous Question. You go. That's awesome.
If you're legalizing marijuana, that doing like discussions on the effects of marijuana is slightly hypocritical.
We're telling them you have the option to smoke weed, and you can, but we want to make sure everybody can make a healthy decision for themselves.
Cell phones and all other devices, it would be away from the students.
The topics that they're debating are incredibly relevant not only to our society but to their lives. But the idea of being in the majority or the minority party, to be able to amend and make changes to legislation.
But I think the hope is to have private facilities where the usage can take place.
Strike the term forcibly removed.
The last adopted amendment stands.
And then ultimately being able to vote on it, it just makes it a really cool simulation for them.
They are shepherded through this process with the people that I interact with every day.
Discuss among yourselves who you want to elect a chairperson.
It also repealed that law.
And they bring these bills out of the committee.
In the mind of the chair, the ayes have it.
To a general session. We'll bang the gavel and the Senate will come to order. We will move to the consideration of today's calendar, and then they vote on them. The ayes have it.
Being able to engage with individuals who are actually doing this on a daily basis and getting to work side by side with them, get pointers, I think it was really beneficial, and I'm hopeful that they will take that back and use that information not only for their own knowledge, but to share with others as well.
I think that it's an authentic experience that they may not be able to get anywhere else. To understand the process with lobbyists and attorneys and lawmakers that are doing this. So I think that it makes the experience make more sense to them.
I think the process of everything is something that I understand a lot more, because initially when I was reading over everything that was given before, I was a bit confused and I didn't entirely understand. But I think now it's a lot clearer and it makes a lot more sense.
Our students learn the legislative process from start to finish. And it is amazing. If you want to feel really good about the future of our county and our Commonwealth and our country, come up here and listen to these students. They are thoughtful. They are engaged.
It was cool that we got to just debate back and forth and discuss the topics and to hear other people's perspectives and point of views other than your own.
I'll take away that I need to learn how to be a better arguer with people.
What difference does marijuana and its effects have compared to something like LSD?
And I also need to know that some people just won't budge when it comes to an argument.
Here in our state capitol, students are learning by doing. It's a real hands-on experience in government. And they're interacting with their peers from other school districts, engaging in a process that's very similar to exactly what I do every day, meeting with diverse people from all over our Commonwealth, representing the views and the values of the people in the 28th District, and trying to put forward good legislation and policy that will benefit every Pennsylvanian.
My committee voted in favor of this bill.
I would like to propose an amendment which allows for a 30-day period for application to maybe some kind of homeless shelter or some kind of government assistance.
All those in favor of Senate Bill 5, please raise your hands.
I thought it was extremely refreshing to hear students have different opinions, have different ideas, but be able to discuss them in a way that was still respectful to one another, and also at the end really take a hold of one side or the other and actually cheer if their bill was passed.
All those opposed, nay? Nay. And the legislation passes. They get to see how it really works.
This is a very interesting experience. It shows like the state side of legislation instead of the federal. And I think it's interesting to see how quickly opinion is formulated.
When voting in person, the qualified elector shall present a valid identification before receiving a ballot to vote in person. And Part B of that is, when not voting in person, the qualified elector shall provide proof of a valid identification with his or her ballot.
How would you prevent someone from taking a identification from another state and using it in your own state, such as a PA hunting and fishing license? You can get a hunting and fishing license in multiple states. So what would prevent someone from, say, New Jersey from buying a Pennsylvania hunting and fishing license and using it to vote in Pennsylvania?
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? Nay. The ayes have it. Congratulations. The legislation passes.
I want our students to come away from this event better educated on how their government works. I want them to understand the process. I want them to become engaged citizens. We don't teach them what to think. We teach them the process so that when they become adults, they can engage with their government and they can make a difference for their community.
Especially in Harrisburg, our homeless population is very high, but there's lots and lots of help in this area.
We passed a bill and we abolished a bill, so we got to see like the workings of both, and some amendments were placed on the first bill, so we got to see the process of how that would work as well.
And I tell them, no matter what you do, if you become a construction worker or a farmer, an attorney, a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, you're an entrepreneur, start your own business. You won't be interacting with government for the rest of your life. Learning this process is so important, not only to their future success, but our future success here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
When I'm older, after law school, I would like to maybe explore a path in government.
I really like it. I think it's very eye-opening, and I think it's very good for me to have like this experience, just because I'm not quite sure what I want to do when I'm older, so I think it's good to have an open mind on what I would like to do, and this is just helping me have an insight on government and what I could do here.
I'm not really a big politic person, but after this, I mean, I don't know, it kind of changed my views a little.
I was already very interested in politics before, but I feel like this experience really shine a better path to climb up the, I guess, governmental ladder, you know?
Every year we come, we have additional students, and we have more students who want to come. And that's really because the students who participated the year before talk to the junior class and tell them what a positive experience they had. So every year we have more and more students who want to register for it.